Hello. Welcome. I made a mistake. I made a very terrible mistake. It's so over. I didn't realize. Yeah. I didn't realize that monster blocks couldn't be Wraith Wings. Otherwise they can't press down pressure plates. But yeah, there's I got a bunch of bug reports recently. A whole bunch of them. This is why we have testers. And yeah, apparently so I was using Wraith Wings to get hang time. I kind of forgot that you kind of need to have gravity if you want to actually be able to weigh down pressure plates. Yeah, it's Jover. So I am changing Monster Block to Wubba. However, that does mean oh god, no, I don't want to look at this. That does mean we lose statue pushing over pit, which is a little bit sad. It is kind of like a niche edge case, but yeah. I wanted it to be as accurate as possible to Leaf's Odyssey, but I can't. I can't. I can't. If you push a block on the player's turn, it will fall on the player's turn before the script has a chance to even run, and before any script has a chance to run. So, yeah, I have to remove that. There's another bug though that I'm currently focusing on that I think is a lot scarier, and it's this one. So if I wait here, poof, he's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. So I tried to fix a different bug that was similar, where a statue tried to go on land, and if I waited, it would also disappear. So I fixed that, and I thought I had fixed that bug in general, but it turns out, no. No, I did not. So yeah, there's probably a good reason for that. I think the reason why that happens is because moving through water, like deep water, is not a thing that a construct should be able to do. So in order to do that, I'm not allowed to use the regular move command. I actually have to set the coordinates manually. And there is a wait for open move command that you can call to check, like, is this space open? Can I move to it? However, because my entity type is construct, it looks at the water tile and says, no, that's not an open move. And so it doesn't go anywhere. So I had to do some trickery to try to make that work. But my trickery doesn't work either. So we are going to try to fix that today. So what do I have here? Let's see. Let me hop over to the coding screen. So I'm using this water open move checker. It's a really simple script. It just looks at its own orientation and then checks if there's a space in the space forward from that orientation, and then sets a global flag. And that's pretty simple. So what actually needs to change is the awaken statue. And actually we have to change a lot of stuff here. So the water check is used to determine which sprite to render. So that checks if there's a water tile at our position, and then sets the sprite to like submerged statue. This is the part that I need to worry about. So this is looking for a water tile at our at the next position we want to move to. And then I do a disappear, reappear thing here so that I can move diagonally. So the way that this works is if I set the x coordinate and then I set the y coordinate, it kind of has like a stair step motion. And if there's a monster in between or any kind of wall in between, then it just fails to move. So I have to do this disappear first and then reappear. Actually, I can probably change this to like a teleport too. I haven't implemented that command yet. So that might be something that I do instead. This is probably slightly more expensive than the teleport, but anyway, what we really need to do is just add a proper check to see, like here I'm checking for swords. But yeah, we need to actually check if we can move to that particular tile. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to Drod for a second here. We're gonna take our new water open move checker, and we're gonna set this to be a water skipper. So water skippers can move on water. And so if the water skipper does the check for us and sets the flag, then we can use that to determine if we are allowed to move as a statue. So that's what I'm about to do here. We're gonna go back to the code, and we're going to generate an entity. I'm gonna use generate custom entity because I need to be able to specify the name as a string literal. So I call it water open move checker. We spawn that at, oh wait, all right, I forgot. I need to change this. The order of parameters here is kind of awful. So it's the X and Y, and then I set the orientation to the orientation that I want to move in. Right, so that's not going to be my current orientation. So I need to actually do some sort of orientation check. And I don't think I have one here. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I can rewrite all this logic, because I have like a whole bunch of logic here that just does like a wait for open move. Oh no, but then the water skipper can't push things. Right, okay. Right, water skippers can't push. That's okay, because this is checking for which square we want to move to, not if we're currently in water. So yeah, I need to do another check like this, I guess. I should probably open chat on my phone so I can actually read chat while I'm doing this. Give me a second here. Public enemy number 1. There he is. The bomb bug. The bug. We hate bugs. Alright. So what am I doing? I need to... So I'm already doing sort of a check for orientation here, but not exactly. I think what I'm going to do is just take this and do these checks up here. Or actually, no. I'm going to take this and turn this into a Boolean. Also, there's like a whole bunch of extra parentheses because I did not implement operator precedence correctly in my parser. I need to fix that. But anyway. So what is this? This is northwest check. We'll just make a bunch of Boolean variables here. This one should be north check, northeast check, because we're going to be doing this check a whole bunch of times anyway. Do the west check, should be -1, 0. Do an east check, so +1, 0. We'll do a southwest check. I think there might be like a more efficient way to do this. I think there's like some method that Nuntar came up with that uses like modulus. You can do like a modulo 3 on like orientation or something. I don't remember how it works. I don't have an orientation here, so it's kind of a moot point. Watching Impractical Jokers in the background. That's totally fine. I don't know. This is not supposed to be like a really serious stream. This is just a sort of a last minute. I just wanted to stream. I just wanted to stream this because I don't know. I was bored. That'd be an interesting way to show what goes on behind the scenes as I'm fixing bugs. And like, yeah, what kind of stuff actually has to happen. Okay, so that's every check. Let's replace these. So we'll do the northwest check here. We'll not close that parenthesis there. Okay, I'll leave that closed. Let's do this. I'm gonna do north check. Right, and at this point I need to add additional parentheses. But the rest of these should look pretty similar. One day I'll fix the parser. I'm just being very lazy about it. East check. Check, yeah, orientation 5, that makes sense. Southwest check. Get rid of that. I'll probably make this a macro, but actually probably not. Because I have to do different letters every time, depending on the variable. Southeast check. There we go. Alright. How's that looking? Yeah, that looks okay. All our parentheses are lined up. Okay, so we're gonna create a water checker based on which of these is true. So I guess we gotta do something very similar to this. Sure, we'll just quickly do this. Yeah, so we'll use the water skipper check here. Oh wait, actually this should be a bunch of else ifs, now that I think about it. Yeah, we need to set an orientation. Okay, let me just set it to checker orientation. Actually, I'll just call it O because that's what they typically use in Drod. We'll give it checker O. So this one would be 0. North check should be 1. Northeast check should be 2. West check is 3. East check 5. Southwest check should be 6, I think. South check is 7. And then we don't need to do the other check, so we'll just leave it at 8. Actually, do we? Maybe we do. We have a southeast check here, but I guess if the offset is 0 and 0, but will that ever actually happen? I don't think it does. I guess it doesn't hurt to add it, but then in the else case, I don't know what would happen. I mean, I don't know what happens in the else case anyway, so I guess I'll add it anyway here, just in case that matters for some reason. We don't have an else case, though, for this. Oh, yeah, I think we do need to have an else case, though. Yeah, because it's an expression. I'm actually not sure if this will compile. I think it will, but yeah, I'm not 100% on that. Because I only recently just re-added if expressions. What software do you use? I'm using Vim right now as my text editor. You can probably imagine there aren't a lot of IDEs made for Delver script. So, yeah. I mean, you just use whatever's your favorite text editor. I'm partial to Vim because it's just kind of, it's very ubiquitous. You can find it on all sorts of different systems, well, Unixy systems. That's the default when you install Git Bash. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of got used to the Vim key bindings after a while. I'm actually quite partial to Helix, though, as well. I use Helix a lot at work. And sometimes for personal projects on my other machine. I don't have Helix installed on this one, which is why I'm using Vim. But Helix is also pretty cool. But yeah, honestly, when it comes to like text editors, just use whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. People will try to force their opinions on you. Nowadays, it used to be don't use Vim, use VS Code. Nowadays, it's become don't use Vim or VS Code, use Cursor. And I'm just like, no. What are the keybinds? The keybinds are J is to move down, so move cursor down with J. K lets me move up. H is move left. L is move right. W lets me jump forward a word. B lets me jump backwards a word. I think E is jump to end of word. There's a lot of different things that you can do in Vim. So yeah, there's like a whole bunch of different keybinds. You kind of have to practice it to get used to it. But once you do, it's actually not too bad. What was it? It was if water open move. Yeah, if water open move. Do this, I think. But otherwise, we just do like a water check. Oh, interesting. Maybe I do need to do the southeast check then. Because yeah, what if they pass 0 and 0 in here? All right, I'm gonna do the southeast check. We'll do the southeast check and then we'll add an else case. That just returns 4, I guess. Because 4 is like it's the neutral position. No, but the idea behind Vim is that your hand never leaves home row, basically. Like if you're just doing navigation, you can just do that with your hand in like a very natural position on the keyboard. That has absolutely nothing to do with this. I don't know why I even need to store this now, because I don't think I do. Do I? Oh, no, I do. I need to store that for hot tile checking. Right, because if I'm standing on a hot tile and trying to move into water, but that water tile is occupied, I need to be able to check if I've died on the hot tile. That is right. So yeah, we do need to store the current X and Y position. We use the water open move checker to set water open move. And if it succeeds, then we do the teleport. Otherwise we don't. Not sure how this is all going to work. But we will just have to hope and pray that everything will be okay. Yeah, the logic looks okay to me. This 4 is kind of suspicious. Like I'm pretty sure you can't generate a custom entity with that orientation unless it's an entity that has no orientation, like a brain or a water skipper nest. So this would just cause an error at runtime. Well, but I need to return a value for this if I'm going to use an expression here. I guess I could check if checker O does not equal 4, then do this. Otherwise, just give me a flashing message. Just tell me if there's an error here. Or I guess failed to generate water open move checker. Sure, good enough. Well, that'll at least give me some kind of warning about that. Okay, so that's gone. The other thing I need to remove is this push mailbox, so that needs to go away. There you add the very super secret monster in LO to draw Joey. Yeah, we're totally going to do that, definitely. This is actually really good because this is pretty expensive on compile times. So losing the statue push interaction, like it does suck, but it's kind of useful because now my scripts should compile a little bit faster. I need to look into it. So for those who don't know, generally speaking, interesting. I guess, yeah, you wouldn't have to do that initialization anymore either. Right. But yeah, anyway, code gen is usually where most of the time is taken when it comes to compilation. Like that's also true of Rust. The Rust C compiler also takes a very long time to compile code, like larger code bases, mostly because of code gen. So that is something to keep in mind when you're building a compiler, if you ever build a compiler. And that's where all the optimization needs to happen, but I have not done that. So I got rid of those messages. I need to add this global variable. Was it? Yeah, water open move. So that's going to be here. That's a Boolean. Where's our send? Okay, so send push message. These need to go away. We don't need these anymore. And I guess I don't need these anymore, yeah. This is also not necessary. I think that goes all the way to the end. Yeah. Okay. So no more water pushing, or not water pushing, pit pushing, sadly. The next bug I need to fix is in monster block. So monster block, we can finally get rid of the statue push mailbox. So that's cool. There's probably a faster way to delete all these lines. There is a faster way to delete all these lines. I don't know what I'm doing this. Hold on. If I do, what is it? 300 DJ? Why is there still... How? Oh, right. Yeah, it'd be times 3. Oh, actually, that's a lot more than I thought. That'd be 900, wouldn't it be? 900 DJ? No, apparently I miscalculated. Well, no, that's because I hit 90. 900 DJ? I think that's correct. So there's the regular push mailbox here. Is there any other mailboxes? There's the poison mailbox. Yeah, I think that's right. I can check the diff later. That's like 900 fewer lines of code in this file, which is nice. We don't have to process statue push messages anymore either. Yeah, that saves us a lot. And we don't need these anymore either. Ooh, don't know if I want to delete that. Check push. This is the... Is this the bomb bug explosion array? I think it is. Yeah, let's not do that. I need to actually add proper arrays to this language. Because, like, it's a very common enough pattern that I'm using. 9D Celeste? Funny Celeste reference? I don't even get that one. Check statue push. Here we go. Let's delete this. So one of the big issues that I had while developing the monster block was that there's so much code in this particular file that it actually takes 6 minutes to compile. And that's mostly my fault. Because, again, code gen takes a long time. But there's definitely some optimizations I could have made there to make code gen take less time. I think one of the big optimizations I could make is literally just add an array type or some kind of like array construct to the language so that I don't have to manually write out all these cases and create like a massive AST with all these extra if-else checks. I think that's a very useful abstraction to have. But that's not what I currently have, so we have to kind of just deal with this. How do you not know 9D? It's one of the most popular Celeste mods. I don't know Celeste. I've watched people play Celeste. I just never played Celeste myself. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really a Celeste kind of guy, you know? I was never like into Jumper either. I think Jumper was like the precursor to Celeste, right? Like Ogmo, the little red square dude. I mean, you saw when I played what's that game called? Lone Fungus. You saw it when I went into like the mirror, the mirror dimension or whatever, the weird otherworld portal stuff that had like obstacle courses. Like there was like this one really long obstacle course that was kind of like very it reminded me a lot of like Celeste. There was all like boosts and like momentum jumps and stuff. And I didn't finish it because I just didn't really feel like doing it. Dare you to stream modded Celeste one day? I don't know. You dare me to do a lot of things. It doesn't mean I'm not. It doesn't mean I'm actually gonna do any of it. Anyway, that changes monster block a little bit. We do need to do something similar for monster block later. Let's not worry about monster blocks right now. Let's recompile the awakened statue. Oops, I need to run this. I'm also running my compiler in debug mode instead of release mode, so that might also be why things are a little bit slow. Oh, I have a syntax error. 695, is that the end of the file? It sure is, so I must have like a missing parenthesis somewhere. something like that, I would have to imagine. Where did I do all that checking stuff here? Yeah, okay, here we go. Unless it's this. I hope it's not this, though. I mean... Oh, that seems kind of likely. Oh, it could be this stuff, actually. Ah, it's this stuff. Okay, that's my fault. Yeah, these are supposed to be closed like that. I see. Do that, do that. Okay. Try running it again. Success. Okay, excellent. Drod. Switch over to Drod. I like to turn off the music in Drod when I'm like just working on code stuff. I don't know. I find it very distracting to have the music playing. So here's our awakened statue. We'll just delete the entire thing. Oof, that's a lot of it's a lot of code to delete. But this should be significantly shorter. Okay. That might work. Okay, that's that one's fixed, I think. Let's just test it real quick with the water skipper as well. Make sure that the water skipper still blocks it. Yes. Excellent. Okay, that's looking a lot better. That's why I should play heavy death metal instead. Yeah, that sounds like it'll help me concentrate so much better, definitely. No, I'm definitely not playing metal. I used to listen to a lot of like symphonic and like power metal and stuff back in the day, but not anymore. I mean, it's not like I don't like it. I don't know. I feel like I outgrew it, or like I just don't really ever get in the mood for power metal anymore. It's kind of weird. All right, so the next bug on my list is with the monster blocks. So currently monster blocks weigh down pressure plates, but we lost the ability to multi-push them over pits. Oops, that's the wrong button. Yeah. So this is a test NPC that I've been using to like test certain things. So that's why that flying snake doesn't look like it's moving. Let's see. How am I going to fix? What should I do to fix this? I think we gotta do something similar to what we just did. So I'm gonna make a new script here. We'll call it air open move checker.delve. I'm gonna actually pop open the other one because we're just gonna copy it. We're gonna copy it. We're gonna move it over here. We're just gonna rename this variable to air open move. And that's pretty much all we're gonna do. It's the exact same script, and it's literally just on a completely different entity type. To be fair, I guess I don't really have to do this as two separate scripts, but I don't know. Variable naming is important to me. It just makes things a little bit easier. So I'm gonna just take this, make a new entity. Still laggy, of course, as usual. We're just gonna make an air open move checker character. And of course, it's going to be a Wraithwing. Paste that in there. That's good. And then we just have to do the same thing for the monster block as what we just did for the statue. So this one, I think we got rid of the statue stuff. Yeah, no statue push messages here, so that's fine. Let's go back to main. Okay, so I think we're looking at something called process push messages. Okay, process push message. Okay, I read that, and we're doing a check push, sure. Oh, well, I think it's here. Right, so I'm using wait for open move here, but wait for open move as a roach or a wubba looks at pits and thinks that the pit is a wall, and so it doesn't move to that space. Will you add LPS jank in LDO? What the heck is LPS jank? Joke, by the way. Okay, well. I don't know what that is. Wait for open move. We're gonna just... Ooh. Actually, what am I doing? I could just generate different entities. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I feel silly. Oh, LPS LP, the level lance decoder thing. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Okay, yeah, I have an idea for what I can do here. We can generate a custom entity. It will be at our current position. Oops, God, don't press the wrong keys. Current position. Air, open, move, checker. And then we just give it 0 directly instead of doing like a my o or whatever. And then instead of checking wait for open move, we just check if air open move. And when we just do this a whole bunch. Yeah, so we can do that here as well. Oops, don't do that. Check direction 1. This is northeast, direction 2. I wish I could just like double closing angle bracket here, because that's what I normally would be able to do, but because I don't have like a syntax highlighter or like I don't have any like custom like syntax checking for my language, so it just automatically assumes that I want tabs when I actually just want 4 spaces. I'm sure there's a way to set that in your vimrc so that you can make the default 4 spaces instead of tabs, but I am not going to do that right now. I do not feel like doing that. Was this one 3? I think this one was 3. This was moving west, yeah. This one should be 5. This one might be, oh, me pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. This one is 6. Air, open, move. Okay. Yeah, so the whole like disappear and appear thing, that affects solidity, by the way, which is why I have to do a disappear before I move diagonally and then do the appear. I don't think I explained that earlier, but that is how that works. By the way, do you still use that level lance thing? No, it's just kind of a mostly for fun project, but like, I don't know if it's all that useful. Well, I think that's everything that I wanted to check here, so that's good. Did we already implement the arrow open move checker? I think we did. So I just need to recompile monster block. This one's gonna take a while. Oh, right, I forgot about that. I need to declare that. Let's do that. Say Boolean. Cool. Occasionally, you wanna send something in it for a friend. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with toy projects. I mean, in my opinion, toy projects are very worthwhile to work on, or like useless projects, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, like as you get older, you kind of realize that there isn't really much point in anything. There really isn't. Like, what is everybody in such a rush for? Like everybody's like getting on board this generative AI train, trying to force everybody to use it because that's like the way towards progress. And it's just like, but progress towards what? Like what are we trying to drive our world towards exactly? Like they're like, oh, but it'll make the world a better place or something. I don't know. Like I don't know, a world that might be a better place for who? Certainly not for me. I'm probably going to be dead by the time anything like that ever happens. So, like, you know. And also, it seems like it's mostly just driving us towards dystopia. So, I don't know. Just not something that I feel is, you know, something that I just feel like there's not a lot of purpose. There's not a lot of meaning in life. You kind of have to give life meaning. You know what I mean? So like, why? Oh shoot. This is okay. This is me not paying attention to what I'm doing. Hang on. Let's go back. Actually, I'll take what I just generated because I don't want to regenerate that. Let's just take that. I accidentally pasted it into the awakened statue, by the way. Ah, press buttons. Good. Me. Terminator IRL when. Have you seen that video? Oh, like, here's how I'll torture you, David. One. Like the guy is literally like just asking like, should I get a birthday cake with chocolate in it or a chocolate cookie cake? And then the AI responds like, here's how I'll torture you. Whoo, that's taking a long time. Okay, that should be done. Oh yeah, one thing I noticed is that at the end of my scripts, this label changes to a different label. It only seems to happen when I paste like a large amount of code, and then you hear that paste sound happen multiple times. Like it's almost like it's paging it. I'm not really sure how that works, or if there's like another label somewhere in here. I'm a little bit worried that that actually breaks stuff. Like maybe that might be a bug in DRODscript. But so far, it hasn't affected me, which is why I haven't been worried about it. I'm hoping that it's not going to be an issue, though. All right, let me recompile the awakened statue. Okay, that one was like instant, thankfully. Okay, I don't know why this one is being slow. This one should be a much smaller script. Like, come on. What set bro off? I don't know. That's the thing, like that's why that video is so funny. Like, dude was literally just asking, like, should I get like a birthday cake with chocolate in it or a chocolate cookie cake? And he's like, I like both, but I can't decide. Help me decide, ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT is just like, I'm going to like torture you. And it lists all the methods and how it's going to torture him. Okay, that's working again. Hooray! Okay. Let's make sure we didn't break anything else while we were at it. Like, how is this working? Is this looking good? No, that isn't looking good. Wait, what? Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Wait. When you made that room, the one where you push the monster blocks into the water, you set it to roach, didn't you? Or did you not change the monster type? You must have just left it as Wraithwing, didn't you? I'll probably send the vid to you later. Because if you set it to roach, you can't detect if the block died in water. Oh. Because now blocks die immediately on the player turn. Oh, you didn't change it. Shoot. No way. That sucks. Because now I can't detect this. Because like if I do the push, that happens on the player phase. Oh, why is everything in DRODscript like playing whack-a-mole? I swear to God. It's like you fix one bug, you break something else. There's no way to do like regression testing either, really. You just have to manually test every scenario. Oh, okay, that's terrible. That's awful. I thought this would work, but I guess it doesn't. Do I have to go back to shallow water? I think we might have to go back to shallow water. That means that oh my God. That's so lame, though. That's so lame. No. It's whack a John at. Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's no way I can detect that. Is there anything I can do? Don't tell me something else broke. That's fine. Oh, that's pretty lame. Wait. 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 Hold. 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 It's not over. It's not over yet. Water skipper. You are now a water skipper. Yeah, there we go. Water skippers can weigh down pressure plates, right? You know what? Let's just test that right now. We have pressure plate over here. They do. Okay, water skippers can weigh down pressure plates. Okay, saved. Saved. I did it. I saved it. Oh, you know it's a hold. True. It is a hold. Oh my God. Dude, I was about ready to just give up. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to change everything to shallow water. Oh, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be a pain. We have to change all the scripts. Okay, I saved it. I can just mark it as water skipper. And it still lets us do that. Oh boy. That should be a lot better. Yeah, there we go. And that still works. Yeah, that still works. Okay, 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 okay. Check DMs, you found a bug. Okay. Which bug is this one? Oh no, really? It's the angry eye again. You had to have started the room here, right? You didn't re-enter this room. Tell me you didn't re-enter the room. Or did you re-enter the room? I really need to figure out what's going on with these angry eye lasers. Cause like it's not happening for me, which is weird. Okay, let me see if I can recreate what you did. Okay, so we fixed 2 bugs. I guess yeah, lasers are the last major bug I want to look at. Okay, so you made like a new level, right? Okay, well I can probably just test it here. Well, whatever. Yeah, cause okay, here's the thing, like I start the room here. I need to change how angry eyes work still. But yeah, my lasers are firing correctly. You started in the room. Really? If you start in the room and you re-enter, like if you do this, that will break the lasers. But only because you're not running the LO global script. So like if I start in this room, so this room has start global script, LO global script. So if I start in this room and then I go to this room and then I re-enter like this, it should still work. It's a set of 3 rooms. Yeah. So you need to actually start from the room that contains the script in it. If you're not doing that, then if you re-enter the room, that's going to cause the lasers to break. It's annoying, but that's just the way that DRODscript has to be. Oops. But yeah, that's... Because so far, I haven't run into that issue. I mean, that doesn't mean that the issue doesn't exist. It's just that I don't know how you're creating that scenario when I literally cannot. Yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, were you starting in the room that contained the script? The LO global script thing? Because yeah, you had to start from that room. It's either that or never re-enter the room. What? Oh, that's shallow. Shallow water is a-okay. Okay, that falls there. You put it in every room, really? And it still did that? That's weird. In all rooms except for 1. It shouldn't really matter. Which was the monster block room, okay. I mean, as long as you're not going back and forth between rooms, like, the lasers should have been fine. Okay, let me recreate the exact room that you've been making. No, I'll even switch the level theme. Which one is that one? Is that beach? Oh no, that's not beach. That's above ground, I think. It looks like above ground. Yeah, it's above ground. You started from the south end of the room? Yeah, maybe this one's a better fit for that. Oops, yeah, let's change the theme too, just to be absolutely... I don't think that should affect anything, I'll be honest, but like... I don't know. Start LL global script. Attack tile, kill the roach in the wall, or not in the wall. Just kill that roach on turn 1 so that we... or turn 0 so that the room is marked as uncleared if we have other monsters in it. And... okay, actually, hang on. Yeah, what did you do here? You made a room that looks like this. Okay, there's like a bridge there. I'm gonna just like kind of roughly rebuild the room. So you have water like everywhere in this room. Okay. Sure. It's like all water. I guess that means that I can't have a roach here. It's probably gonna have to be a water skipper. That's fine. Okay, all water. Roach becomes water skipper. Get rid of this, turn it into water. That's water. Let's see, you have a 3x3 of ground here. So let me just create some floor. Oh, I guess I have to do this. Okay, yeah, that works. You have a vertical bridge like this. You have... those are trapdoor over water, I think. I would imagine. Then you put a stick here. You did something like this. And then you have grass tiles in like a square here. Okay, let me recreate as much of it as I can. Grass. Oh, that's not grass. Wait, what? Okay, my level theme probably is not the same as yours, now I think about it. Oh yeah, yours is above ground. Oops. I literally said that earlier, and yet I still changed it to beach. Hold mastery walls. Even though I don't know if those will stay. You have like a bunch of walls here. What else is in this room? A bunch of flying snakes. Interesting. Okay. So I'll add a bunch of flying snakes. Sure. That's enough, probably, right? And then you have an angry eye down here. I think that's where you put it. Yeah, somewhere in that area. And you started from here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, actually, that's just a graphical glitch. That one's just a graphical glitch. That one is that cut off. I don't really know why that happens, but that's just a graphical glitch. It's actually non-deterministic, so like that's not on me. That's on the Drawd engine in particular. Oops. Yeah, and then there's this. Yeah, fires one turn later. I don't think that's the same one as the one you're encountering. Like, yours looks like the type where it's not even deadly. Like, yours doesn't look like a graphical glitch. That looks like you just didn't run the LO global script and you re-entered the room. That's what your situation looks like to me. Which is weird, though, because I don't want to say that that's what you did, because it sounds like you have the script in every room. Yeah, mine's is a purely graphical glitch. Yours is like it just genuinely stopped working. Like, yours is if I did something like this, I think. Actually, no, that's still working. That's because I have a start global script here, though. Yeah, I literally have a start global script in this room, right here. And that is clearing... Yeah, that's clearing out flags and stuff. Yeah, why is it different for you? That is weird. Yeah, I stun you, I try to move into your space, I die. Is it consistent? Like, does it consistently break like that for you? Did you change the LO global script in some way, maybe? Like, if you open up, where is it? Yeah, if you open up characters and you look at LO global script and then edit default script, does it look like this? Happened only that one time. Really? Oh, I can't say I understand. No, this is a Heisen bug or something. I hate that that's where this has gone to, but yeah, it sounds like one of them kind of weird, non-deterministic, spurious issues that I don't actually have any explanation for, but that doesn't really make any sense, because like there's no multi-threading happening, right? Like, there shouldn't be like any data races. It's weird. That's weird. It's really weird. I can't reproduce this. Unless I can get a consistent repro, I'm gonna have to say this is not a bug. Or at least it's not a bug that I know of. That's really weird though. That would just break. I don't know of any like system dependent variables that might exist within the Draw 5 engine. If that is like a system dependent thing, then that's definitely a bug in Draw itself. That is really strange though. That's acting the same as if there is just no global script running doing the cleanup of the mailboxes. Yeah. I guess what am I going to do next? I can clean up a couple of other scripts. I think the LO global script is doing some extra stuff it doesn't need to now. Because we don't have a push mail. Yeah, we don't have a statue push mailbox anymore. That's gone. I can get rid of that. I'm gonna replace that real quick. LO global script. You go away. should be fine. Ah. Yeah, I'm wondering. I can't think of it. I can't think of anything that would cause that. Other than, like, yeah, just not running the global script. For some reason. Well, I'm gonna change. So there was one thing that you pointed out, I think, which was like you can start inside of a monster at the edge of a room. And I think that the correct behavior for that should just be. Oops, yeah. Well, the monster should just die. Yeah, the monster should just die. It should disappear. Does that happen with flying snakes? This might be a limitation that I just can't do very much about. Okay, no, the flying snake disappeared. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, it tried to generate entity, but it couldn't. Interesting. Yeah, so this is still here. It doesn't generate the entity until... Ah, I see. Okay, I'm starting to understand how Drod actually works. So the entity doesn't actually exist yet. And then it calls it calls generate entity at the beginning of the room. But because my sword is in the way, it fails to generate the entity. So it waits until there's an open space, and then it generates the entity. Interesting. That one we're gonna have to fix for every monster, I think. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can actually fix that though, because like that might just be part of like the Drod engine. Like if I spawn on top of it like this, I can fix this case. Because actually, can I? Because the entity hasn't generated yet, so the scripts haven't even run. Wait, yeah. Let me look at that and see if there is anything I can do about this. You know what? Let's use the test entity for this. So we're just going to delete you. The test entity will need to spawn. It needs to check if the X and Y position is the same as the player's. Yeah, check if my X equals to X. Yeah, there's no and operator in DRODscript. I had to invent that in my own language to do that sort of thing. Let's check if those match. And then if they do, I guess imperative die, I guess that's, yeah, imperative die. See if that works. So we're gonna make a test 1. We're gonna make it visible. I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, see, he's there. Oops. But if I spawn on top of him, okay, that actually does erase him. Interesting. Huh. Or, oh, it's probably not generate entity. It's probably the appear that causes it. Because, yeah, appear is what causes the solidity check to happen. Okay. No, okay, this is teaching me something new about how JavaScript works. Okay, I get it. This will still break if I start... Or, oh, wait, maybe not. Oh. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So this guy died. Maybe because it was set visible. So it's already visible when you enter the room. So it's already solid. And so then it can die. It can process that and kill it. The thing about custom monsters, and this is a pattern that is used in every hold that has custom monsters, is that you have to check if the room is clean first before you make a monster appear. So like by default, you leave them invisible. And then when you step into the room, the game has to check, is the room already cleared? And if not, then make it visible. Because otherwise the monster will always appear no matter what. So yeah, there is definitely some trickery happening here. So the flying snake. Okay, well, let's change the flying snake first. So we'll come over to the code. So yeah, if not, wait for a clean room in it. And then the first thing that we do when we in it is appear, which is fascinating. One thing I could do to fix this is try to make sure that the sword, if I spawn inside the sword, I also just don't appear. But yeah, this is really interesting. I don't trust my operator parsing. I've become paranoid of my own code. Which is not a good thing, but I will have to fix that at some point. Imperative die. Let's try this. I might have to do this for every monster, but we'll try it with this for now. Yeah, that's still a problem. But if I do this, now it's cleaned. Okay, so now I need to check if there's a sword in that position. The only way to do that is if I assume that the player has a sword. So assume the player has a sword and that they are facing that orientation and then appear. I guess alternatively, okay, I have a new idea. What if instead of appearing, what if we make it disappear? So what if we invert the condition? So instead of waiting for a clean room, this is a built-in command, by the way. So what if we see, okay, wait. Okay, what if we make it appear? And if this is the case, make it die, then disappear, and then reappear. This is getting complicated, but yeah, this is such an edge case. Nope, that doesn't work. But what if I marked you as visible already? That does work. That doesn't work. Fascinating. Oh, I don't know why this one doesn't work. It was working with the other entity. The test one entity. Right? Test one, you set that to visible. Yeah, that one, the sword kills it immediately. Why is that? But the sword does not kill my flying snake immediately. So I know it's possible to do. Why is this? Yeah, if those are the same, imperative die. Otherwise, it disappears and then waits for a clean room. And if it's a clean room, then it doesn't reappear. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Maybe what I need to do is check if the position is the same, imperative die. If all that is true, disappear. How about this? Does this make more sense? Disappear and imperative die, sure. Do both. I'm genuinely so confused. Okay, now it's gone. And now it dies. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say. If I make it invisible, though, will it still behave that way? No. Okay, so now I have to mark it as visible. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to change everything. I don't know. Yeah. That's still working? Yeah. Oh, jeez. This is not a very survivable situation, is it? Oh, you stupid snakes. Get in the laser. Actually, I can gain distance pretty easily just by moving diagonally. Oh, wait, I don't have a room to go to test that. This disappears. Looks like a room here. Let's start over from here. Oh, excuse me. What? Yeah, I want to just make sure that the monsters don't reappear after the room is cleared. They don't. Okay. And the room does appear to be cleared. Oh, all right, I guess that's fine. That'll work. Okay. And I guess we need to do that for every monster now. Because otherwise... Yeah. This only affects monsters that start like right at the border, right at the boundary of a room, though. By the way, like it doesn't affect anything else, so it should be okay. I'm gonna go change Angry Eye right now to do the same thing. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Where's Flying Snake? Okay. So that's Angry Eye updated. Do the same for Bomb Bug. Well, I'm gonna do this for every monster. We gotta do this for... I guess we have to do it for monster blocks too, even though that's not how that works in Leaf's Odyssey. It's just not... We can't do the thing that they do in Leaf's Odyssey in this game. That's just not how that works. Slug. I love recompiling the monster block script. So fun. Oh, I love it. Truly. Oh wait, but they so the thing about monster block is it should still appear in a room that's not clean. I mean, it'll appear as a push block instead. I think Actually, I think I may have forgotten about that entirely. Because, yeah, the monster block needs to reappear in the room, but it needs to appear as a push block. And I think that is how it works right now, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh boy. How are we gonna test this one? Let's make a new room. Just put a monster block in it. Monster block. Here you are. Oh yeah, it's a clean room, so yeah, it does just appear as a regular push block. I'm going to say for monster blocks, just don't place them at the boundaries, because it's... Yeah. I don't think that that's going to be very feasible to fix or change. Also, there's no way for me to replicate Leaf's Odyssey behavior there, so... Yeah, for monster blocks, just don't put them on boundaries. Statues, on the other hand... Let's see, how's that gonna work? Statues I could probably do... Where's our Flying Snake buddy script? Where is he? Or I'll just use the angry eye one. Do this. Oh wait, statues become rubble in a certain orientation. Okay. That's fine. We need to also change awakened statues, since those are a different entity. All right, there we go. I think that should be good. I'm gonna have to recompile every script, except for Flying Snake. We're gonna start with Angry Eye. So that would be you. Angry Eye is updated. Next should be Bomb Bug. Grab this. Place that. Okay, very good. What else? Statue. There are a few turn 0 behaviors I need to still fix, even after this. So we're not quite out of the woods with this. Okay, statue is done. Awaken statue. And I think that was all of them. Oops. Forgot about the puff.
Exterminate.
Alright, let's see. If I spawn inside of the Angry Eye now, it is gone. Okay, cool.
Exterminate.
Get rid of that. Sure. I think puffs don't...
Exterminate.
Yeah, I'll get rid of you. Puffs are not monsters, but monster blocks are.
Exterminate.
Oh, this is shallow water. I was like, why is that not dying? Okay, that means I need to actually spend an extra... Ugh, annoying. Annoying puff. Yeah, that's right. Get monster blocked. Cool. That's looking good. What if we start on a statue? Does a statue let me spawn inside of it? It should not. Oh wait, I need a death controller, don't I? Death controller, where are you? You need to be visible. I can probably make the death controller a little bit less vulnerable by setting it to be pushable as well. I kind of realized. Okay, if I start from here, room is clear. Oh, did I break? No. Or wait, what? Wait, why is that not? Shouldn't this be detecting the statue's presence? You're a statue, aren't you? You're visible. You're a statue, you're visible, you should appear in the room, and yet, for some reason, you don't. And this also thinks it's dead. Oh, I need a monster. Right, I need a monster to clobber that there Kirby. Oh, that's weird. Oh, yeah, that's right. Awakened statues still awaken on turn... Or, sorry, statues still awaken on turn 0, don't they? That's one of the behaviors I needed to fix. Like, right before the loop. I want to do this. I'm pretty sure. I think that should prevent it from waking up on turn 1. I might be wrong, though. I could be very wrong about that. There is definitely some weird, like, edge casey stuff here that needs to be cleaned up. You're still waking up on turn 0. Oh, yeah. I think that's because of the... That must be because of the controller. Or it's not the controller. The thing that I'm spawning. Yeah. There's a... Because I'm spawning an entity. I see. If Awakened Statue... Awakened Statue has a weight 0 before its loop already, so that's not the issue. It's the Statue Awakened controller. If I put a weight 0 before its loop, what does that do? I did forget the roach. My bad. That's what happens when you build stuff in Leaf's Odyssey for so long, though. It's just like, but it's so much easier. And I guess there's no custom scripting, technically, in like a lot of other Drod holds, but like, you know, like custom monsters anyway. Like this is a very specifically, oh, if you want custom monsters thing. But like at the same time, I feel like it shouldn't work this way. Like I feel like if you have a required target monster, it should just make the room required. You shouldn't have to put a monster in it as well. I just think that that's really annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, hold on, let's grab this. Put that there. You're still waking up, you fool. Why? Why? I literally changed that out. What do you mean? What do you mean it's waking up right away? I have a weight 0 there. You've got to be kidding. Yeah, I do a weight 0. Then I do it. What? Yeah, init doesn't appear. Maybe I do the weight 0 before I generate the Statue Awaken controller. I don't know at this point. Oh no, did you find another bug? Okay, you're working on Ultra Worlds, cool. Let's see. Let me put this into the statue, I think. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's looking and feeling a little bit better. Yeah, look at that. That's much better. Okay, I can accept this. So now it doesn't awaken on turn 0 anymore. Cool. Okay, that's fixed. Angry Eyes die immediately, but they actually still prime on the first turn, which I actually don't want. I need to fix that. So like, yeah, if I step in here, that Angry Eye is already primed. It should not be doing that. Let's fix that. Angry Eye. I think the easiest way to fix that one is just add another wait 0 right before. Because we don't even check if we've seen a player until we're in the loop. Yeah. Okay, we'll just put a wait 0 right before our loop. Wait 0. Target 1 Angry Eye. Oof, that one's pretty lengthy, but that's fine. Ow. Okay, now you don't prime right away. But if I step here, now you shoot. Okay, cool. That's better. That's much better. Okay, cool. That's also fixed. I'm gonna check in what I have. Fix many bugs. And then I'll just push that to my repo. How is this going to work? I can send you a new hold file with all the updated scripts and all the bug fixes. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Let me just go do that. Just give me a second here. Let's throw on the VRV screen while I...